When I pulled up through the rough, uneven dirt driveway to Alex's farmhouse, it had been dark 2 hours already. We'd managed to make it the whole return trip without a bathroom break, but now I really had to go. Alex lifted her luggage out of the back seat before leaning in the front window. "Just wait in the car a minute. I don't know if anybody's up right now. Just let me check real quick, and if not, I'll wave you in. Nobody's expecting you, and you know how my mom gets." I know, just hurry, I gotta fucking go." As she closed the side door, I rolled up the window and turned the car off. The Buick's headlights still illuminated the barn-turned garage. It had only 3 walls and enough junk to cause strange shapes in the dim illumination. As my headlights switched off, there was nothing left but yawning darkness. The last cool convulsions of my car's shitty AC puffed out the vents, and all was still. The sound of Alex's phone disconnecting from my Bluetooth speaker startled me. It must have just gotten beyond the speaker's reach. My legs shook up and down nervously as I absently wondered how much longer I could hold off pissing my pants. Just as I was considering going in anyway, the Bluetooth speaker emitted a low, bubbling warble as Alex's phone reconnected. Finally. Eyes fixed on the door, I waited for it to open and Alex to pop out. It didn't. Had she come out the front door? I glanced over my shoulder towards the front yard. Thick darkness obscured everything around the house, even with the porch light shining. Head continuing to swivel, I faced the garage, looming and dilapidated, then the woods opposite the house. I couldn't see anything, but for a moment I thought I caught a glimpse of someone moving between the trees. The longer I stared into the woods, the stranger the darkness became, swirling under my scrutiny, appearing to lengthen and reach towards me. My phone buzzed, harshly interrupting the uneasy silence. Alex's phone was calling me. "Where are you?" For a moment, the only answer was jarring, crackling static. Then a word was spoken, so drawn out and strange I couldn't understand it. "What? I can barely hear you." "Come out. I'm in the woods." Cold, guttural fear sank heavily to the bottom of my stomach. It was as if Alex's voice had been stretched, yanked, and torn out before being reassembled in some perverse mockery of the original sound. I paused, unable for a moment to formulate my own words. In the hush, the voice spoke again. "Come into the woods." I felt paralyzed with uncertainty and fear. There was a beat, then something cut through the quiet. I turned to face the sound. The house's side door was open. Alex was standing there, waving me in. My body acted before my thoughts fully wrapped around the realization. Phone clutched in my white-knuckled grip, I tore out of the car. Sprinting down the stone walkway to the house, I could almost feel the forest stretching out behind me. Oh God, was it behind me? In an instant, I was beside Alex, shoving her into the house, turning and locking the door behind us. Standing back, I cautiously pulled aside the curtain at the window to glance outside. I could just make out my car, door still hanging open to the woods beside it. There was nothing out of the ordinary, but this did nothing to assuage my fear. I glanced down at my phone. The call had ended. I wasn't sure if I'd somehow hung up during my mad dash or if... "What the hell is wrong with you?" In her irritated confusion, Alex's voice was nearly a yell. "Where's your phone?" "What? Where's your fucking phone?" "Shh, you're gonna wake my parents up." She turned to the kitchen. "It's right." Her arm hung limply as her hand pointed to the edge of the bare kitchen table. The window above the sink, just beyond the table, had its shutters flung wide to let the cool summer breeze blow through the humid house, curtains fluttering gently. My phone, still held within my fervent grip, began to buzz. Slowly, delicately, I turned it over in my hand until I could see the screen. Incoming call. Alex. Again, I glanced up to the window. A head appeared from beyond the thick black night,
extending through the opening, neck obscenely long and skinny, the skin gnarled like bark, black as death. Red dots gleamed somewhere behind sunken sockets. A bony hand reached over the edge, long nails digging into wood as its claw-like fingers curled over the sill.